Global TV News Prime. Tinubu flags off construction of new INEC national headquarters. In business, federal government to review petroleum facility licensing operation guidelines. And on the foreign scene, Sudan orders reopening of universities in Khartoum. In sports, Nigerian Premier Football League seeks sponsor to acquire VAR. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. President Bola Tinubu has commissioned new national headquarters building for the Independent National Electoral Commission, that is INEC, in Abuja. The president says the project aims to enhance the commission's operational capacity and reinforce public trust in the country's democratic institutions. Godwin Sunday has details.
Standing beneath the sun at the Zambezi Crescent site, President Bola Tinubu says the project is to strengthen democracy, the independence of the institutions, and the future of electoral integrity. It says INEC, which has long struggled with the limitations of an over...
I have stated the additional the first time that when INEC headquarters was located to Abuja, it was FCT. It is good. It says that because so many people will probably to say all kinds of until so it's good that you explain that. And I want to assure you that this structure will be given all the time it is required to see that during your first tenure, this project is completed.
The project comes after over 10 years of sustained appeals by INEC for more space. The Commission's current headquarters, commissioned in 1997, was originally designed to house just 500 staff and 8 Commission members. Today, the body accommodates over 1,000 personnel, 13 full-time commissioners, and 22 departments. In the days ahead, we look forward to a more robust and lucrative INEC headquarters, even in deliberating and emphasizing electoral decisions across the country. Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television News.
President Bola Tinubu has commissioned the newly constructed Mabushi bus terminal, declaring it a major milestone in his administration's efforts to modernize public transportation, enhance security, and boost economic opportunities in the Federal Capital Territory. Speaking at the commissioning, the president commended the terminal as a transformative project that will bring order, safety, and efficiency to Abuja transport system. The Mabushi bus terminal, one of 3 such facilities in Abuja, was designed to replace chaotic roadside pickup points with a structured, secured, and well-monitored transport hub. The Benue State government has declared Wednesday, June 18, 2025, a public holiday to mark the official visit of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the state. In a statement signed by the Secretary to the state government, Serumu Deborah Abe, the president is expected in the state on a one-day condolence visit to commiserate with the government and people of Benue State over the recent spate of violent attacks that have led to numerous deaths. Tinubu had announced that he would cut short his schedule to visit Benue State over the recent attack on the state. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, says the military will carry out precision strike and clearance operations unidentified bandits and criminal hideouts responsible for attack on communities in Benue State. The Defense Chief advocates for the formation of a civilian joint task force to support security efforts. President Bola Tinubu has commissioned the Greater Abuja Water Supply Network to enhance potable water distribution across the Federal Capital Territory. President Tinubu described the water initiative as a transformative project that enhances national development agenda. Godwin Sunday has details.
The Greater Abuja Water Supply Project is a major infrastructure development aimed at significantly improving access to safe and clean drinking water for residents of Abuja. At the commissioning of the water project in Abuja, President Bola Tinubu lauded the partnership between the administration of the Federal Capital Territory and the Chinese government. He explained that the water project involves the construction of 4 pipeline loops that will increase the city's water supply capacity by 480,000 cubic meters per day, raising the total capacity from 240,000 to 720,000 cubic meters daily.
This water infrastructure is not only a technical milestone, but a moral one, because it is about equity. It is about ensuring that no part of Abuja is left behind in our national development agenda. When we speak of Renew Hope agenda, this is what we mean. Tangible, people-focused projects that improve the daily lives of ordinary Nigerians. Water to drink, to clean, to grow, to build. That is the real project.
In his remark, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, says the project will support sustainable development by enabling existing water plants to operate at maximum capacity, reducing resource waste, and fostering local employment and skill development. He added that the expansion of the water project is designed to serve approximately 2.5 million residents across 50 districts in the Federal Capital Territory, including 50 estates and mass housing scheme in the phase 3 and 5 of the city.
I want to say today that we almost completed the procurement process to give water to Buhari, give water to Kubwa, give water to Karu and some of the communities. So we are not only providing water to the city, we are also providing water to the satellite towns.
This initiative is among several projects of the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) led by Minister Nyesom Wike. Godwin Sunday, reporting for Global Television News.
The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAMB) has announced stringent sanctions against individuals and computer-based tests, that is CBT centers, found guilty of infractions during its registration and examination processes. JAMB Registrar Professor Ishaq Oloyede disclosed this during a stakeholders meeting on examination infraction held in Abuja. Priscilla Obasi completes the story.
The JAMB Registrar, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, says any registrant found to have enrolled more than 50 candidates using suspicious method will be barred from participating in any JAMB-related activity, including the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) for a period of 3 years. He added that the suspension also extends to preventing registrants from taking part in the examinations of other sister bodies such as WAEC, NECO, and NAPTEC within the same period. He noted that after 3 years, the board will review each case and determine whether to lift the sanction based on the registrant's conduct.
Also identify that lack of training is the problem, is part of the problem. Federal University closest to each of the center, we will need them to re-engage the center. That is, we will not allow any of these centers to do anything with us until they bring a certificate, a letter from a federal institution closest to that center that their staff had been trained on ethical standards. That is, for instance, you are in Bayelsa, there is Federal University of Otuoke. There must be a letter from the university about training your staff on ethical standard and ethical practice. In that case, we will then allow you to continue. If you do that in 1 week, in 1 month, in 2, that's when you will continue with us.
He noted that for registrants who have enrolled fewer than 50 candidates must submit a formal letter of apology and sign a bond of good conduct to avoid future misconduct. He added that all CBT centers involved in infraction, particularly those operated by federal and public institutions, are mandated to sign a bond and provide evidence of staff training in ethical standards. Also speaking at the meeting, former Lagos State Commissioner of Police Fatai Owoseni, retired, stressed the need to tackle malpractice firmly and end discriminatory practices in Nigeria's legal system. He advocated for strict enforcement of laws against offences such as impersonation and examination fraud.
Apart from the examination malpractices, what we've done under the criminal code is forgery, impersonation. You are supposed to go to prison. Actually, when the registrar started, I said, why do we even have to call you? Because the registrar is aware.
Bashir Gumel, Deputy Provost of Chikora's CBT Center, Bubura, Jigawa State, one of the affected centers, revealed that a local committee had been set up to address infractions, and the committee reportedly summoned those individuals, secured confessions, and committed to restoring integrity at the center. He, however, cautioned about the risk of closing the center, noting its critical role as a first employment opportunity for young people in the area.
There we have summoned all of them to come for fair hearing. We have heard all what they have done, and they've confessed that to return the integrity of our institution, this will not go like that. They have to be punished, and we promise that the mode of action that we've taken will be shared with the JAMB office. And in that regard, again, our center is not established center in the catchment area where there are very few CBT centers. Thus, we therefore more centers. If our center is closed, then where are we heading? Where are children going for the JAMB this thing?
A total of 11 CBT centers were identified for infractions by JAMB.
Let's turn to other stories now, where Edo State Governor Sunday Monday Ekpebolo has named retired General Cecil Esokegbe as chairman of Livestock Control Committee to end clashes between herders and farmers in the state. Speaking at the inauguration of the 27-man committee, Governor Okpebholo tasked the committee to work in line with the terms of reference. Governor Okpebholo urged the committee to handle the task carefully with the assignment they are being given. The Corporate Affairs Commission, that is CAC, has announced a fresh review of its service fees, which will take effect from August 1, 2025. In a public notice, the Commission explained that the fee adjustment is part of efforts to deliver efficient, technology-driven services that align with the needs of businesses and the Nigerian economy. CAC that stated the decision was taken after a thorough assessment of current economic conditions, rising operational expenses, and consultation with key stakeholders. You're watching the live broadcast of News Prime. When News Prime return, we'll bring you the rest of the stories. Welcome back. As the price of fish continues to rise across Kano State, Trader says the price hike is attributed to the current high cost of living among Nigerians. Global TV correspondent Idris Jibrin reports that the price increase has led to the reduction in demand for fish across Nigerian northern area. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has revealed its intent to tighten and overhaul guidelines for the licensing and operation of petrol facility across the country. The authority chief executive officer Farouk Ahmed disclosed this during a workshop with the stakeholders in Abuja, while also issued a stern charge to all departmental heads, emphasizing the paramount importance of upholding due process and ensuring strict adherence to regulatory standard at all fields offices. Ahmed added that the initiative underscored the authority's commitment to enhancing regulatory standards and ensuring operational excellence within the viral sector. The Debt Management Office, that is DMO, has announced plans to raise up to 50 billion naira through the issuance of its Series 3 federal government green bond, aimed at financing climate-friendly projects with climate change adaptation and mitigation initiative to receive the largest allocation of 15.96 billion naira. Patience Oniha, Director General of the Management, made this known during the official launch of the Green Bond held in Lagos. A breakdown of the spending plan for the Federal Government of Nigeria Series 3 Green Bond shows that 15 billion naira will be allocated to Clean Energy Transition Initiative, including the development of local infrastructure, conversion to CNG and electric vehicles. And on the foreign scene, Sudan's Prime Minister Kami El Tahib Adris has directed the reopening of university in Khartoum. In a memo to the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research, the Prime Minister directed that a proper assessment of the damages and repairs be done following the attack on the university buildings and research centers. He also directed the National Center for Curricular and Educational Research to include lessons fostering peace, national unity, and rejecting hate speech in their journey to national recovery and reconciliation. And now in sports, Nigerian attacker Victor Osimhen has given reasons why he cannot play for Turkish giants Fenerbahce or any other club in Istanbul. This is following growing speculation linking the Napoli striker with a move to Fenerbahce. The former NFL, Gbenga Elegbeleye, says the league body is in search of sponsors for the procurement of video assistant referee, that is VAR machines for the Nigerian top flight. Elegbeleye said this while addressing the media during an end-of-season party in Abuja. The introduction of VAR has usually come to the fore in the NPFL, no thanks to some questionable officiating which has marred the image of the league. Following the Nigerian Premier Football League, that is NPFL, directives on facility upgrade, the Lafia City Stadium will undergo a major upgrade ahead of the 2025-26 season. The stadium is the home ground of Nigeria Premier Football League NPFL side Nasarawa United. On Global TV News Prime, President Bola Tinubu has commissioned new national headquarters building for the Independent National Electoral Commission, that is INEC, in Abuja. And in business, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has revealed its intent to tighten and overhaul guidelines for the licensing and operations of petroleum facilities across the country. And on the foreign scene, Sudan's Prime Minister, Kemi Al-Tayeb Idris, has directed the reopening of universities in Khartoum. In sports, Chairman of the Nigerian Premier Football League NPFL, Gbenga Elegbeleye, says the league body is in search of sponsor for the procurement of video assistant referee, that is VAR machine, for the Nigerian top flight. And as it on Global TV News Prime, a quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365